Good morning to you, good morning. It's Sunday the 20th of January 2019. What have I done so far today? Not a lot. I've drunk tea, I've shaved and showered and all of those good things that one should do because I'm off to church. Here in this part of France, there are lots of churches, but not too many people go to them. So today, the service is in the town of Paulnay, and that's where I'm going. Now, Paulnay is, what is it, about 5 minutes up the road. Well, we can see on that sign it's 5 kilometres from Azay-le-Ferron. Pretty small, I don't know, village, town. We'll call it a town, don't want to insult anybody. But between Azay-le-Ferron and Paulnay, of course, is lots of agriculture. Very damp agriculture this morning. Well, this is the small church at Paulnay. Small, very intimate service. It was a lovely, lovely service, and a very interesting church with murals. Now I think of that as perhaps the apse because it's round, but those murals are even older than us. I'm going to have to look up exactly when they're dated from, but it's a church well worth a visit if you are simply interested in old architecture. Of course, it is a church, it's a working church, and we've just had a wonderful family mass service. Now, in a previous video I showed you some stations of the cross which were very, very ornate. I think they were cast bronze, but here in this little church the stations are much simpler, some would say, and all the better for it. Of course, being a Roman Catholic church, this building does have statues. I probably ought to know who these people are, but I regret that I don't. I know who some of them are. As I said in a previous video, you can't go far in French churches without St. Joan. And of course, the Blessed Virgin. Au revoir, mon père. So there it is, the very, very simple, very lovely church at Paulnay. And so we run back to Azay-le-Ferron. We just let the camera run a bit, and I'll drive a little bit slowly because on the right is something that you lot will be interested in. Let's see. Old tractors. Sooner or later I'm going to have to go there, aren't I? Well, now it's time to contemplate what I'm going to do next. Well, the next thing I'm going to do is turn some lights on. That's better-ish, isn't it? I've got a little problem up here going on. There's a lot of pointing in got to be done around those stones, and that's got to be done before I put the stud wall back in here, because once I've put a stud wall in, it's going to be very interesting getting up there. But I've got this little problem that I'm working over the top of stairs. So what I'm going to do is, I've got some scrap timber. I shall build myself a stage that I can put steps or a ladder or something on. I think that is my Sunday afternoon job. I think that would be good to see some progress. When you look, you know, there's there's some pretty big holes up there that would benefit from filling, I think. Well, scaffolding up always takes a bit of time, but I'm sort of getting there. What is very important to me is that when this is done and got some boards across the top and I've got step ladders on top of it, what's very important to me is that it doesn't move. You know, yeah, I've got travel insurance and all that sort of jazz, but I still don't enjoy pain. So, you know, if it takes time, it takes time. But we're getting there. Well, that's that is not going anywhere. That's solid and fixed, and yeah. My next job is actually, I would rather like to eat tonight. So my next job will be cookery. After which, I don't know, I might get all carried away and mix some concrete and stuff. I might do, or I might sit here and eat sweets. I have to think about that.